Hi, it's Sherri from A Quilting Life, and I'm here today to share my brand new pattern, Tulip Vine. This pattern contains a quilt, a table runner, and a mini project. And I also have a few other ideas on projects that you can make with this pattern as well. So keep watching and I'll share everything about the new pattern and all of the fun things you can do with it. Okay, I'm super excited about this brand new pattern. Let me just tell you a quick rundown of how it came to be, because it is the final pattern that I've designed with our Laguna Sunrise collection. I actually just wanted to make a fun spring table runner, and so I put this together, and as soon as I got it finished, I just knew that I had to make a quilt pattern. And so I immediately started sewing and created the quilt, and I've got extra blocks that I made, so I'm going to make the mini version that's included in the pattern. I think I'm going to use that as a pillow. In a couple minutes, I'm going to tell you about another option that I want to get made right away, but first I'm going to share just a little bit about the pattern itself. So there are three different blocks. There are the tulip blocks, and then there are two different versions of the vine block, and you can see that they're kind of like a mirror image of each other. So you do have to note when you're putting those together as far as which edges you're adding your background squares to, so that you get the right configuration. But the runner finishes at 14.5 inches by 50.5 inches, which is perfect for the table that I wanted to use it on. And the mini is actually 19.25 by 19.25. I'm actually going to put that in an 18-inch pillow, or put an 18-inch pillow form into the pillow that I'm making with my mini. But it would also be a great size to hang on a wall, and you could also add a border if you wanted it just a little bit bigger for more of a wall hanging. I used Laguna Sunrise for all of the tulip blocks in my runner and my larger quilt. But what I did for the stem and leaf, the vine block units, is I used prints from quite a large variety of all our collections. So I do have some Laguna Sunrise in here. Both of these prints are from Laguna Sunrise. Everything else here is from Strawberry Lemonade. But when you look at my larger quilt, I've got things from Favorite Things and Bountiful Blooms and Simply Delightful. I just really had fun mixing and matching. The border for my runner is from Laguna Sunrise, but I did use a Strawberry Lemonade red gingham binding. I thought that added a really fun touch. And I did, for backing on the runner, use the Strawberry Lemonade. Okay, just a little bit about the quilt. I really had fun doing this kind of a double strip sashing, because it allowed me to use my favorite print from Laguna Sunrise for half of that sashing, and then I used the tone on tone for the other half. And then I did little 4-patch cornerstones, and you can see they're turned in different directions depending on the direction that I have turned the sashing strips. So all that is laid out in the pattern for you. It's really easy to sew because it is strip piecing, but you do have to pay attention to the direction that you turn these pieces and the direction that you turn the cornerstone patches. And again, you can see these vine blocks are super scrappy, but the tulips are all pieced from the Laguna Sunrise collection. And the pattern does call for a jelly roll. One jelly roll will actually make all 3 projects in the pattern, but you do use yardage for the greens. So about 7/8 of a yard if you were just using one fabric, or half a yard each of 2 fabrics, or just get 8 different 1/8 yards would work as well. mix it up, add some things in from your stash, however you want to do that, to get just about a yard of fabric for that. And I did use the coral triple flower on the soft coral for my border, and our other coral print from Laguna Sunrise for the binding. I really just wanted this to kind of blend right into each other so that my tulips and the vines could be the focal point of this quilt. I did use a Laguna Sunrise print for the backing on this, and I just love it. It has kind of the sand dollar look, but it has the flowers and the stems and the little daisies in the center. Just love, love, love this print. And that was kind of the reason I went with the coral binding too, because I wanted to like pick up that orange right there in that print. So both of these quilts that I'm showing you today were quilted by my friend Vicki, and she just did all over. This one just has a little daisy with loops, and the runner actually is just leaves. So I'm super excited about how these both turned out. Let me tell you about my third option. Well, it's actually a fourth option that I really want to make. I really want to do a 9-block wall hanging. So I want to do 5 tulips, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I want to do 4 of the vine blocks. And I'm going to do the sashing exactly how I did it in the quilt, and then just put I haven't decided if I'm going to put a little inner border and then an outer border. I'm going to actually measure my space. I want to put this in my kitchen. I think it'll be perfect to go all through the spring and summer. And so yeah, I'm going to make a 9-block runner just based on this portion of the quilt. And I will use 5 different colors for the tulip blocks. And I think I'm going to use the same sashing and the same cornerstones. And so that's my next project with this pattern. I love how versatile it is, and also how fast and fun and easy it is to put together. So we've got the pattern available now. The PDFs are available for download right away, and the paper patterns will be shipping in just a couple of days. Okay, so that's it for Tulip and Vine. I'm super excited about this pattern. I think it might be my favorite of the new quilts that I've made with our Laguna Sunrise fabrics. All of the details for the pattern are in the description below. And if you liked today's video, please share it with a friend, hit the like button, and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Thanks so much for stopping by.